Think you know Europe? Think again. Less than 2 kilometers from the glittering center of Plovdiv, Bulgaria, there's a place no one talks about. A neighborhood that even its own citizens don't dare enter. Here, there are no tourists, no postcards, no promises, just life. Raw, intense, ignored. Welcome to Stolipinovo, the most marginalized ethnic ghetto on the continent. Stay with us until the end to discover a world that defies all narratives. And if it moves you, subscribe now, because this isn't just a trip. It's a window into realities that deserve to be seen. Stolipinovo doesn't appear in tourist brochures. It's a labyrinth of cracked concrete blocks, unpaved streets, broken pipes, and children bathing in buckets while the smoke from burning garbage provides heat in the winter. Tens of thousands of people live here, mostly of Roma origin, many of them without official documents, without postal addresses, without recognition. But they have something that few can take away from them: dignity. To understand Stolipinovo, we must go back more than 1,000 years. The Roma people are not native to Europe. Linguistic and genetic studies, such as the one published in 2023 by the European Roma Institute for Arts and Culture, confirm that their origins lie in the north of the Indian subcontinent. For centuries, they migrated westward, crossing Persia and the Byzantine Empire, and eventually dispersing throughout Europe. Far from being aimless wanderers, they were artisans, musicians, blacksmiths, and merchants. Their history, however, has been marked by persecution, slavery, expulsions, and even genocide during the Holocaust. Today, in Bulgaria, it is estimated that between 7 and 10% of the population is of Roma origin. Official censuses underestimate this figure for fear of stigma. UNICEF and the Council of Europe estimate that nearly 700,000 people in the country have Roma roots. Stolipinovo represents one of the largest and most visible communities of this population. Here, houses house up to 4 generations under one roof. Grandparents, mothers, children, and cousins share a roof, food, and responsibilities. Life revolves around the extended family and community rituals. Weddings, funerals, births, everything is celebrated collectively. And although the neighborhood suffers from constant power outages, poor garbage collection, and irregular access to clean water, its people maintain a code of respect, resilience, and culture. Education here is a silent battleground. Although the majority of Roma children attend public schools, many do so under adverse conditions. Some face discrimination from other students or even teachers. Dropout rates are high, especially among girls, who are often pressured to marry young or take on domestic duties. Despite all this, there are signs of change. Local organizations have started tutoring programs, and youth mentors teach young children to read, write, and dream beyond the confines of their neighborhoods. Halfway through this trip, we'd like to invite you to leave your comment. Were you aware of the existence of a place like Stolipinovo? Were you surprised by what you've discovered so far? Your opinion matters, because talking about these realities is the first step toward changing the way we view them. Amidst state neglect, traditions continue to thrive. Roma weddings, for example, can last up to 5 days. They are colorful, intense, and explosive with music and dance. More than 70% of Roma families in Bulgaria continue to celebrate these traditional ceremonies, according to a 2025 survey. They are symbols of identity, acts of resistance to oblivion. Ancestral crafts, such as blacksmithing and sewing, are also preserved. Gates, windows, jewelry, and embroidery tell silent stories of a culture that transforms iron and fabric into art. But Stolipinovo is not homogeneous. Alongside the Roma community, there lives a significant population of Bulgarian citizens of Turkish origin. Here, Up to 4 languages can be heard on a single street: Romani, Turkish, Bulgarian, and local blends. This cultural fusion doesn't divide, it unites. Turkish sweets are sold at the market alongside homemade pickles. Children play together without questioning the other's religion or language. During Ramadan or Easter, families share bread and respect. This coexistence demonstrates that diversity can lead to harmony, not conflict. The women here are the true pillars of the neighborhood. They fight, organize, care for, and resist. Many are heads of households, merchants, and artisans, and some lead community initiatives to improve sanitary conditions or their children's education. Although their work is rarely recognized outside of Stolipinovo, within the neighborhood, they are figures of strength. Seeing a grandmother preparing food for an entire family while teaching a granddaughter to embroider is not unusual. It's a daily occurrence. However, the challenges are real. More than 65% of households report irregular garbage collection. Many homes lack an elevator, a daily obstacle for the elderly and mothers with young children. Nearly 40% experience low water pressure weekly. And at least 1 in 5 households relies on informal electricity connections. These conditions are no coincidence. They are the result of decades of failed policies, institutional neglect, and entrenched prejudices. Despite everything, there is hope. Some families have managed to get ahead. They have emigrated, worked hard in countries like Germany, the Netherlands, or the United Kingdom, and reinvested in their community. According to municipal data, more than 15% of households already own their homes and have income from abroad. This emerging middle class shatters the myth that there is only poverty in Stolipinovo. Pride here doesn't need a showcase. It lives on in the way a grandmother cares for her grandchildren, in a young man learning English by watching subtitled movies, or in a woman who bakes bread for the entire building. One of our guides, Emil, introduced us to Fatima, a mother of 6. "We are Rome, but we are also Bulgarians," she said, her hand on her chest. That phrase captures the complexity of this place. They are citizens, they vote, they pay taxes, they speak the official language. And yet, many feel invisible. Stolipinovo doesn't want charity, it wants respect, recognition, opportunity. This community isn't looking to be saved, but to be heard. It wants to be involved in the decisions that affect its life. It wants to be understood that dignity doesn't require perfect pavement or running water every day. It just needs to be seen. And if you've made it this far, we thank you. Because looking at Stolipinovo isn't just an act of observation, it's an act of empathy, of seeing beyond the crumbling facades and finding humanity. If this tour touched your heart, subscribe. Help us continue telling stories that others prefer to ignore. Because understanding others is the first step to changing the world.